putting the bike into the car. To the back of the, oh God, blimey, it's heavy. Let's see if I can just put it in. Yep, that seems to be alright. That's my bag of stuff. Now, normally when I go on a ride, I end up forgetting something. I went on a ride a year or so two ago. I went on a sportive with my mate Dave. Got to the start line, realised I didn't have a jersey with me because I was wearing something else. Luckily he had a spare jersey which he lent me. But it's a bit crazy if you go on a ride and you haven't got a jersey, isn't it? Let's hope I've got everything. I've got shoes. Yes, I've put the shoes in, put the helmet in. Got a couple of spare tops, got the food, got the bike. I think we're good to go. Yes, guys, we're good to go. Well, morning, and it's the morning of the big day. 6 a.m. No, 5:45 actually. A little bit cold, a little bit grey, a little bit cloudy. Fox just walked across in front of my car. Anyway, I'm locked and loaded. Everything's in the car. Got a whole load of bags. Got so much stuff you wouldn't believe. You'd think I was going away for a week. I'm only going to do a 200k ride. But anyway, let's get the car moving and let's get on the way. See you in a bit. Well, I've arrived in Edenbridge and parked up. No thanks to Siri. You know, Siri on the iPhone, you're supposed to be able to get directions. So I got in the car, plugged in the phone, and I say, right, hey Siri, beep, 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 beep. Hey Siri, beep, beep. Hey Siri, beep, 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 beep.
Hello, Julian. How can I help?
Yeah, why didn't you bloody answer when I wanted to get directions, right? Because all he did was beep, beep, beep. I'm going, hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri. In the end, right, I'm driving along. I mean, it's like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. The streets are deserted. The sky's quite blue now, actually. It's quite nice. And I'm going, hey Siri, oh, you fat, you deaf bastard. Hey Siri, what is the matter with you? So in the end, guys, I just followed my nose because I know the way to Edenbridge, so I didn't even bother with Siri. So there we are. Right, going to get the bike out and the stuff out and get ready. Right, there's the bike set up and raring to go. Food is in the bags, absolutely stuffed with food I am. You can see the GoPro mouth mount there. That's the kind of upside down V-shaped thing just sticking out of the Revelate top tube bag. And going to have banana, perhaps a bit to drink, and wait for my friends to turn up. It's a nice day now. The sky is blue. There's some wispy clouds around. Shall I do a sort of panning shot? Look at the sun there. And this is a car park. I don't know if you're familiar with what a car park looks like. It's a kind of open space where cars are parked. There are toilets here, but I'm not sure if they're open. Not quite sure if I need to go. You probably don't need to know that, do you? Do you? He looks suspicious, doesn't he? He's looking at me and he's thinking, what are you doing there? Why are you pointing that camera at me? Being remarkably still, isn't it? Do you think that cat is real? It's got to be real. Come on. He's going to move in a minute. Come on. Come on. Come on. Move. Move. I don't think it's a representation of a cat, do you? Could it be a statue? That's been for it's about 25 seconds now. Count them. And the cat is not moving. Is it? Aha! It's catatonic. That's what it is. No, it's not. It's not catatonic. It's gone. Anyway, the reason I set the camera up is I thought the sunlight rising over the church there was attractive. A bit faded there. So the first control point at Waitrose in Edenbridge is done. Cash machine wasn't working. Right, now we can see my friends Andy and Say from the old Portlians riding ahead in front of me. I'm staying behind. My bike is so heavy, it weighs about 40 pounds. I've got so much food with me. I decided I had to start eating some of it in the first 10 miles. A bit like when you go up in a hot air balloon, you throw sandbags overboard to make it lighter. I need to do that. Anyway, stay with us. Beautiful day, by the way. The
sun has gone away for the moment, but it was really in my eyes for a while there. Of course, the thing is, there's only so much footage of cyclists riding along that you really want to see. So I'll show you something else. That's my handlebars. You may just be able to see on my Wahoo Element, it says 114 miles to go. Here's one of those quality shots. See, right, keep on the pedals, keep me up. We're riding along through a not unattractive place, which may or may not be Chatham. Anyway, there's a river to the left of us, which may or may not be the Medway. Just came up a 17% climb. All you people go on about Box Hill, come and do a real climb here in the Medway Alps. The colder fucking steep, I call that one. Downhill now. The reward for our exertions. Well, here we are at the first checkpoint, which is the M2 services. Not the most beautiful place on earth, but yeah, sure, but it's where we're going to stop. So hey guys, here we are, we're just stopping briefly. We're going to get that Revit card stamped and get something to eat. Greg's, just what you need on a long ride. Greg's sausage roll. There's the Wahoo, the M2 services. There's a place to stop if you're looking for, well, if you're looking for services on the M2, I suppose the M2 services, place to stop. So, went to get back on the bike after my sausage roll at Greg's. Bloody tyre was flat. Can you believe it? 40mm gravel tyre, flat. No sign of a whole load of sealant. Tried pumping it up, nothing. Tried the Dynaplug pill. God knows how that works. So put a tube in. Not happy, because now I don't have another tube. Omens are not looking good. Stick around. Right, we're at the second checkpoint, and it's a petrol station. So we've pulled into the petrol station, purchased snacks, bottle of Coke for me, full fat Coca-Cola, bit of chocolate, bag of crisps, plus I'm going to eat one of my peanut butter bagels. You can watch if you want. Not a pretty sight. Haven't done much filming for the last 30 miles or so since my puncture. Mainly just been going through the countryside. Largely flat, couple of hills, you know the drill. Well, probably don't want to watch me eating anymore, do you? Don't blame you. So this is what experienced Audaxers do. They sit on the ground in a petrol station and eat their food. Martin Scorsese, Stanley Kubrick, Francis Ford Coppola, eat your heart out. Water World. the official stop as opposed to the petrol station. But here we are. Legs feeling a bit tired actually. So oh, there's a kind of ZZ Top convention going on here. If you've watched my video entitled Tubeless Tyre Rant, you will know that me and tubeless tyres don't really get on. In fact, you could say on a different planet. I just had another puncture, this time in the tube that I put on. Going down the hill, Andy and Say in front of me shouted at them, they didn't hear. So I was walking down the road, disconsolate, carrying my bike. They luckily realised I wasn't with them, and Andy phoned me and they came back because I didn't know a spare tube. So I'm not very happy about this ride. Maybe you can tell. And now Andy's chain has come off. So I guess it's what happened on Audaxes. Things go wrong. Things that go bump in the night and things that go bump in the day. Well, that's my third puncture, and if I sound like I'm pretty much at the end of my rope, that's because I am. If it wasn't for Andy and Say giving me a tube each, I don't know what I would have done. I'd be stuck out here. Whether this one is going to hold or not, I don't know. We've got 47 miles to go, not quite at Eastbourne yet. Then we're going to get back to Edenbridge. I don't know. I'd like to say it's been an enjoyable day, but in some respects it has, and in some respects it hasn't. Well, we're riding along by the sea. You probably can't hear me because of the wind. The wind is very strong, and the sea is quite choppy. Anyway, we're on our way. Another petrol station, another pack of crisps, another bar of chocolate, another bottle of Lucozade, another trip to the toilet for a piss. We're in Eastbourne. We've been to Asda, get some money out to get a timestamp, prove our control point. Now we're heading back out of Eastbourne, heading to Edenbridge. Feeling tired, ready for my bed. Well, we're on the final leg, and it's a fine evening. It's a very pleasant temperature. Wind has dropped a bit from the seaside, and I guess my mood has improved somewhat with the pleasant weather. Still fearful of getting another puncture, and the Wahoo says we've got 25 miles to go, so we just keep plodding along and hope for the best. Two arty shots there. My mate Ian Bashford with the old Portland, who was killed in 2016, always liked this with his old Citroen car there, and beautiful puce coloured house, and there it is. The Audax finished. I don't know if you can see the screen. 129.6 miles, 12.2 average, 8,542 feet of climbing. Big thanks to Andy and Say. Couldn't have done it without them. Well, here I am, back in the car. Just recorded a little bit to camera and realised that I didn't actually record it because I forgot to press the record button. Perhaps that shows how tired I am. Well, thus endeth the Audax, my first official 200k Audax. Things didn't go entirely to plan, as you may have seen in some of the clips from the video. Anyway, I'm going to go home now. I'm going to have a nice hot bath, going to have something to eat, and I'm going to reflect on the day's events, and I'll do a little final piece to camera with my thoughts and my conclusions and some of the lessons that I learned. So a little bit tired, I'm heading off, so see you soon. 200k done and dusted. It's the day after the day before. Not too tired, actually. Had a little bit of a nap earlier. Had to get up earlier because I had some workmen coming round. Oh, you can hear them there drilling away. Anyway, various lessons. Tubeless tyres, well, I'm going to do a separate video on that. Andy and Say from the Old Portlians, who, well, I couldn't have done it without them because they saved me with a couple of tubes. It was a tough route, circuit, bit of a circuit of Kent via Medway. You can see the route on Strava if you want to follow me. And 8,500 feet of climbing, yes, and there were some tough climbs, some tough hills. So I'm going to do a separate video on lessons learned from my first 200k Audax, because I think there's quite a lot to talk about, and I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore you too much in this particular video. So hope you've enjoyed watching my videos. Hope you tune in and watch the follow-up videos to this video about the Audax. And thanks for watching, and see you next time. Maybe even do a 300k next time. Who knows? Who knows? Take care on the road.